Slowly I turned, step by step. Okay, we're going to talk about some attacking chess here, and I want to talk about this idea of unpinning, breaking the pin, how to break the pin. So you probably already know some techniques from your tactics puzzles. Since these are all short games, I'm gonna start from the beginning. This was Mises versus a no-name guy in 1896. It started out as a Scandinavian defense. Hold on, I'm not set up at all over here. Let me get set up over here. Maybe I should wait till the questions start and then set up. All right, so he takes and knight c3. Oh, for crying out loud. And then the queen goes back to d8. Why is the computer going slow here? And so this is a line that was sort of popular amongst amateur players recently. I think there was like some videos or Chessable course on this or something. It's really not that great a move. Oh man, computer not gonna work with me tonight. I thought I had this stuff all fixed. I don't know if I do or not. Sorry while I'm getting set up here. Should be running okay, I think. But anyway, so he comes up d4, knight c6, knight f3, bishop g4, pinning this man. But I believe this bishop g4 is a bit of an inaccuracy. Well, maybe knight c6 is not so hot. I'm not sure what the line is supposed to be here. But the point is, white is winning now. d5, attacking this knight. And the most natural looking move in the world is knight to e5. But white is winning big time here. He can break this pin. It is your training question. What is the best move for white in this position? What is the best move for white? This will give me a chance to get set up over on the other side. See all my stuff. Should have set this stuff up beforehand, but I don't believe in preparation. Well, I prepare the positions, but I don't prepare the other junk. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, no viewers. No viewers, that's easy. I don't have to wait too long then to wait for an answer because nobody's watching. I have no viewers. All right, so how do you break the pin? So this is kind of like Legal's mate. Of course, there's no bishop on c4, so you can't checkmate here. I think I might have shown this position once before. I might have shown this game once before, but not the whole game. Anyway, the way to break it is knight takes e5. What? Giving away that queen? Are you crazy? But now I have this check. Oh, I know where I've seen this game. I don't think I showed it. It's in I think it's in Artur Yusupov's Orange book. I think it's like one of those first couple of chapters in his checkmating patterns, which I went over a couple of times with students before. So, but I don't think he credited it for Mises game. Anyway, c6 stops the check, and now you take here, and the threat is to have a discovered check and win. And if you play a6, doesn't change anything. c7, check, you win the queen back. Well, he says white later won, doesn't give the final moves here, but after take and take, I guess if the rook takes, whatever, doesn't matter, I'll just take back. And we do a body count. We see that white is up an entire piece. So breaking the pin with this like Legal mate type of situation. All right, next. This comes from a good old Sicilian defense. This c3 line's kind of tricky. Knight f6. Plays bishop d3 here. There's a trap to know if you go bishop e2. Do not take that pawn. I've actually fallen for that one before, embarrassingly so, but ironically still won the game. So that's what happens. That was when I was on the lower levels. That's what happens sometimes when you're on the lower levels. You can still fight back after dropping a piece. Yeah, so anyway, this game he played the line with bishop to d3. This computer's driving me nuts. What's going on here? Oops. Bishop d3, and he's got this idea. I've seen this before. I don't know what this is called. Is it the Kopech system, maybe? I'm not certain. Where the bishop comes back to c2, and then you play for d4 like this. I've seen some guys play this against me before, like in Blitz. And this idea, I think somebody played this against me in a Ruy Lopez situation even once. So I don't know. So knight c6, bishop c2. Maybe the Lopez is the Kopech system. I'm not certain. But anyway, going through the moves here. d4 as promised. Bishop g4. Here's your pin. d5, knight e5. Check. And black is still okay here. He needs to block, though, with this knight. He blocked with this knight. And that makes all the difference in the world, because now this knight is still here. And so white can break this pin in Le Gall type fashion. It is the second training question for you. Second training question for you. So I will wait patiently for somebody to log in. Well, I got one viewer. Wait patiently for some viewers and just give you a chance to answer this. I see that Matthew Perry, that guy from Friends, died. He died. He drowned in quotation marks in his jacuzzi. Nobody knows what happened. It's nearly impossible for a 50-year-old man to just drown. Well, it's impossible for anybody to drown in a jacuzzi, just about. They said no drugs involved, no alcohol, and no foul play. So how is it possible 50-year-old man just collapses in his jacuzzi? Don't know. Can't figure it out. Anyway, it is white to play. Have you found the move for white here? The answer is knight takes e5. And let's see. Point being, if you take this guy, well, you've dropped your bishop. All right, that's one point. Another point is if you take my queen, I take here, and now you have to give me the queen back, because that's the only way to get out of check. All right, you save your bishop, but then I save my knight by taking here. And if we do a body count, I don't know which way to take. Rook, maybe? If we do a body count, white is a piece ahead. In the game, it continued check. Well, he's giving an escape square for his king, at least. Bishop d2. Queen has to go. Well, the queen doesn't have to go. He can take his queen. Then he takes here check first. King moves away. Takes his queen. All right, so knight's hanging, bishop's hanging. He went oh, he's in check too, by the way. b6, and he just simply saved this guy and attacked the rook. And everything seems to be hanging, but white's going to be up a bunch of material, so black resigned here. Next example. All right, so this came from a English opening. And black plays kind of a Gandhi defense here. The Gandhi defense. Please don't punch me in the face defense. I don't know if there's a name for this or not. Probably not. All right, so they're developing their pieces. Not much to discuss here. I'm not going to get caught up in opening theory. All right, he went e5, rook c1, c5, and now he played d5. The point wasn't the opening at all, but we have this trick we call it's called the rubber band trick. The rubber band trick, where this guy is not actually pinned because of this. So what is the move for black? You see this trick in the French too. I could have showed the French, but I thought it was too obvious. So you see this trick a lot for black in the French. Here he's going to do it in a different type of opening over on the king side. I don't know if I've given you enough hints yet or not. Can you find the answer? Can you find the answer? Give you just a second to think about it while I sit back and relax. So, oh, sorry, I was just thinking of something. Anyway, what is the answer here? You've probably seen this trick. You're probably aware of it. It is knight takes d5. Knight takes d5, and the thing is, if you take my bishop, I save my knight like this because the knight was protecting it. It's what's called the rubber band trick. The knight bounces back. In the game, he took the knight, but then he just picked up this bishop for free. It's protected by the queen. Yeah, and black wins. He's up a clear pawn. Well, that wasn't the end of the game, I don't guess, but it's still, he's winning. All right, next. All right, it is a Benoni defense. All right, he plays knight f3. He doesn't play the d5 line. He plays knight f3, and it's take, take, and attacks the queen, and e5. And again, I'm not going to go into opening theory here. He goes e4. Now, he should take here and then play queen to d5, counterattacking on the bishop. That's the way it should be played. But he took here. He thought, hey, this is free because this knight is pinned. But black can break the pin in legal mate fashion. How can black do that? I will give you time here. I will give you time. So I was watching this show the other day. It was like teenage superheroes. Like they go to college or whatever. Not an exactly original concept, but it was so woke. It was like hilarious. It was like unintentionally funny. You know, because it's like they had the superhero that switches gender. It's like it's so, you know. I like things that are like, it's funny, but they don't realize why it's funny. So, yeah, I think I talked about this the other night. And the main character is like some ugly girl, and it's like they got to keep telling you how beautiful she is so that you don't forget that she's supposed to be pretty. Anyway, it's black to play here. He breaks the pin, because that's what we're talking about, breaking the pin, with the legal mate. Knight takes e4. If you take the queen, this is checkmate. Like this. That's what we're talking about. Ways to break this pin. All right, so this is the Budapest. And he plays the line with d5. Bishop c5 comes. And now bishop g5 looks very natural. You're pinning this guy. Everybody's fallen for this trick at one point or another. Seems like white falls for it. I'm sorry, it seems like black falls for it more than white does. But here white falls for it. And I bet everybody's fallen for this trick before. I bet everybody's fallen for this trick before. It's black to play, breaking the pin. I sometimes call this the bad pin, though that pin is not necessarily bad, but I call it the bad pin for this reason. This trick. Beat a master once with this trick. So anybody can fall for it. Anybody can fall for it. The move for black. Can you find it? I think you know already. I think this wise viewer out there lurking knows already. It is bishop takes f2 check. If the king takes, then knight g4 check. And the queen will pick up the bishop like this. As soon as my computer stops glitching, take that guy. So the king moves, and then boom, you take like this. In the game, he just ran away. Well, that wasn't too helpful because now the bishop's not even in danger. But now he went knight e4. He thought, well, I'll create some chaos on the board. I'm attacking this pin piece. I'm attacking the bishop. But after knight takes e4, it's a check. So this is another pattern I want to talk about when you can move this knight. Let's say it's a queen there instead of a king. Sometimes you can do this trick by moving away and counterattacking on the queen. Here he's counterattacking on the king. Easy. All right. Next game. It is looking like a King's Indian defense. All right, so he plays bishop g5 here. What's the name of this system? Is this the Averbach, or is that? Oh, I got my names confused. I might have my names confused on that. All right, he plays h6. Bishop went back to here instead of c1. I guess there's a choice there which way to go. Knight on b to d7, castle, rook e8. And queen d2, this is what I was talking about. This is a typical mistake because this queen is like in line with this knight. I hope I'm not giving away too much. After take. What is the move for black? Can you find the move for black? It's a training question for you. It's a training question for you. Texas Rangers won tonight. They lost two of their players, though, Max Scherzer and Adolis Garcia. They might have had to pay a high price for that one. Too bad baseball's so boring. Black to play. I think I've already kind of given away the answer, plus there's nobody here answering questions anyway. It would be a better stream if there was. Knight takes e4. Counterattacking on the queen. If I take this knight, then he takes my bishop. And yeah, there's already I'm attacking this guy, so already I've won a pawn, and then I can play something like knight c5 perhaps. Bishop takes d8 was the game. Knight takes d2, and yeah, he went on to win. Black went on to win this game. Well, he's not up a piece yet, so let me just show it out. So he goes here, and the bishop takes that one, the rook takes that one, the bishop takes that one, and then the rook takes that one. So now you can see that black is just up a piece. Let's go to the next one. Hold on, just want to check here 1 second. Okay, I got three more. Three more. Can we do it? All right, this is from the Caro-Kann. We were talking about the Caro-Kann last night. And a line against it. So this is the exchange variation. And here, this is a little kind of a trappy move played by white here. And black fell for it. Tuck that pawn. Looks like, hey, that's a free pawn. That's a free pawn because of this pin. But it wasn't so free. It is white to play. Again, it's a... I guess these aren't technically Legal tactics, but I just think of them as that because it's kind of the same pattern, the Legal pattern. L-E-G-A-L. I always say Legal because I'm pretty sure that's the way it's said. It's French, right? So I think there's an accent mark over it. So French, it's easy to speak French. You know, you want to say pigeon, you say le pigeon. You want to say elephant, you say le elephant. Speaking French is easy. Then there was that song by Patti LaBelle, Lady Marmalade, whatever. So she said she spoke French in that one. She said gitchy gitchy yay 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 yay. Don't know what that means in French, but I hope I didn't say a bad word in French just now. It is white to play. The answer is knight takes d4. Bishop takes queen, but here comes a big check, and now you have to give me the queen back. Don't you? And there you go. Next example. This was a center game. This is called the center game. I thought it was always kind of an interesting opening. Center game. I don't know why. That's maybe not that interesting. But we have this type of position. This is all theory. And yes, you're supposed to take with the rook here, I believe. At least that's what they always used to say. But I don't know. I never really understood why you couldn't take with the knight. I believe it was a Capablanca game, if I'm not mistaken. He took with the rook and was given exclams, like in the books. but I never understood exactly why. I understand if the knight takes back, I take on d2, right? But anyway, he takes here. And the bishop comes out to g5, pinning, and take, and rook comes back to e8. Not sure why he went back rook to e8. But he did. And then he played f3. f3, I suppose, I'm not sure what the point of f3 is either, actually. Maybe he wants to take this square away. So maybe black was playing rook to e8 so he could play here maybe after chasing the bishop or something. I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But f3 didn't actually stop black from doing what he wanted to do. It's a training question. Black to break the pin. Black to play and break the pin. Breaking the pin. Breaking the pin, breaking the pin. That's the theme of the lesson. Well, let's say lesson. It's the theme of the stream. It's the theme of this stream. Looks like I fixed my OBS problem. At least I went 21 minutes without it crashing. It's like a new world record. Too bad I don't have any viewers. If I had viewers, maybe I could play League of Legends and then I would get some chess viewers. All right, here we go. I'm going to give it to you. It's knight to e4 because this queen is on the line where I could counterattack it. If you take my queen, I take your queen. You take me, I take you. And I've successfully broken the pin and up a pawn. In the game, he took the knight, but the queen took here, check. And again, he's broken the pin, and black is up a pawn. Went on to win this game. Should I show it? I don't know. I'll show the rest of it. Why not? Just zip through it. Not that it's that. And then he took here. Just want to show that because that was a mistake. Whoopsies. He resigned. All right, next. This is the last one, I think. Let me double check. Yes, the last one. The last question. Well, so I got two questions here. Last position, two questions. All right, so it was this, like a, would this be called a Trompowsky? Would that be what that's called? Or would it be a Tory attack? I always get confused between the Trompowsky and the Tory attack. So, kind of similar stuff. All right, so it's like this and this. I don't know the theory. I didn't bother to look it up. I'm going to go with Tory attack here. So he's got this typical thing where you got like, you see this in the Collie and the London. Here the bishop's not on f4, it's on g5. I'm pretty sure this is the Tory. I'm going with Tory attack on this one. If I had a viewer, maybe he could correct me. So, all right, a5, rook c1, e5, e4, rook e8. Here we go, d5. And we have a typical trick for black. We're going to call this, as a reminder, the rubber band trick. Can you find the move? In honor of Matthew Perry, can you find the move for black? In remembrance of Friends, our favorite Friends character. Well, actually, Joey was always our favorite Friends character. Not that I ever watched the show. I know there was Jennifer Aniston. I know about it, though. There was Jennifer Aniston and somebody named Ross. I don't know which one was Ross. Might have been the Jewish guy was Ross. I'm not sure. And then there was the Matthew Perry character. I'm not sure who he was. Then there was the goofy girl. And then there was that brunette girl. Forgot her name. And then there was the guy that played, I think he played Joey. He's like the dumb guy. I never really liked that show, though. I never really understood the appeal of it. I understood Cheers. I understood people like that. It was kind of funny sometimes. Never really got the Friends thing. Anyway, it is black to play. You should know it by now. I gave it away. The rubber band trick. Knight takes d5. If you take my bishop, the point is the knight bounces back and recaptures. So he took here, and the bishop took there. Knight takes, queen takes, and black has gained a pawn. There you have one more question to come up here. Not really on the theme. Rook e4 was a mistake. White was worse, but rook e4 makes it bad because I take here, and I couldn't take there before, I don't think. Well, my queen was in danger. I couldn't take there. So bishop takes, and played rook h4, attacking the queen, but he missed something. Common little tactical oversight. It's not really on the theme of the breaking the pin, but we'll call this one remove the defender. What is the position? What is the position? What is the move for black? Last question. Going for that 25-minute stream. It's 26 minutes. 10 minutes over. Can you find it? Black to play. Just talking to myself. I had one viewer the whole time. Maybe they were heartbroken that the Diamondbacks lost. I don't know. Nobody tuning in on a Monday night. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. You would think Monday night would be a good viewership night, but not for me. Maybe for girls in low-cut shirts, but not for me. I don't get those viewers. Maybe if I undid this button. Watch out here. I start my OnlyFans page and undo that button. There we go. Viewers are going to start coming in now. All right. It is black to play. I've degraded. I can't believe I've degraded myself for the sake of a stream content. No, not going to do it. All right. Bishop takes f3. Counterattacking on his queen, removing the defender. The rook takes here. The bishop took there, and he resigned. Black is winning. So there you go. So this is talking about breaking the pin, a common attacking idea of how to break that pin. Legal's mate, that bad pin where you sack on f2 or f7, and then the one where you counterattack on their queen. You break the pin by counterattacking on their queen. Those were the three main elements that I am aware of breaking the pin. I'm sure there's other ways to break the pin, like some other counterattacks. You can break the pin through some kind of counterattacks and stuff like this. But this is what we talked about. I think tomorrow night I'm going to look at maybe a famous game. Maybe the Rosanus Anderson game. I think I'm due for that one. Got some notes on that one. Anyway, until that time, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you tomorrow night. Adios.